get you back. So anyway, but yeah, that's keeping up with the Bidens, y'all, and we'll see how this. I know this year ain't gonna end right, but
garbage and sanitation workers. No, they want to live in big houses that they see on videos.
You know, my thing is, I thought it was funny because it was a caller that did it, but at the end of the day, it's when you're a public figure,
that the whole thing makes me sick to my stomach.
You know what I'm saying? 99.9% of the time, I love living in this, country that we're free and we have this freedom of speech. But every now and then,
when she did, listen, the Trump, brother, if she could turn back the hands of time, Doc, ain't no Dave Chappelle. I'll tell you that.
And so you need to be put out and put on notice. The hell no.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday.
Thank you, Shirley. Good to see you. Oh, my goodness. It is another Monday. It's coming around so fast, y'all. Like, I'm excited to see y'all. I ain't seen y'all in like 7 days. Hey, so when y'all come in and say what's up, hey, invite somebody because we're going to have some really good conversation today. I think we're having good conversation every week, but this is going to be really interesting this week. And it's going to be interesting for a number of reasons. And number one is because I got a lot to talk about. That's number one. And then number two, guess what? I got some people that's going to talk with me. So, man, can you bring the family on and let's have a conversation today if we can? Sir, ma'am, good morning. Good
what up? Nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
What up? What up, black folks?
Yeah, everybody looking good and nice on this. The pearly whites is just shining.
Yes, sir.
Okay, y'all. Listen, unfortunately, Black Daddy not gonna be here with us. He's looking out the family. I say that, and then he'll be done popped his head in here in like 10 minutes. But whatever the case may be, son, go show your mama. I'm working. Okay, I don't need. I've been doing this for like 6 months now. He should know what I'm doing now.
Right.
Okay, son, I'm busy. All right. So listen. So let's just continue to show our love to Lee Black while he's there enjoying his family. But we're gonna hold down the fort, right? We're gonna keep going. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all ready to have a good conversation?
Let's get it.
I think the people ready. Ma'am, can you tell us what we're talking about first? Y'all, let's keep up with just politics in itself. Is that okay? So today, one of the good little old Trump supporter boys, they actually got convicted of a crime. Again, it's really funny how these guys just got this low-hanging fruit hanging around here. Like they really dragging their feet about the easy one, and they just really trying to tell us that they're not gonna do the hard ones. And so, that's number one. Then, y'all, it done came out in the January 6th investigation that one of the senators, or either Senator or House of Representatives, his name is Mr. Jackson or Johnson or something about his name, but he was texting the Proud Boys, telling him, "Hey, I'm friendly. I need y'all to get me out of here for they kill me." And so he's talking to these cats, trying to get him to tell him where he need to go so he can get out of the building without getting hurt.
Wow.
Y'all, they getting ready to have hearings. Bro, it's bad. It's bad. Wow. And again, what good is it to have all this information and y'all don't do nothing with it, right? It's just a slap in the face to people, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Devin has said it, and I've said it too. Again, you're getting the low-hanging fruit, but are you really gonna get the guy that actually incited all this? Right. And we all know the answer to that. They slow-footing around with going after Trump, and then all these other cats, they getting caught up. But that information you just told me, wow. So he had communication with one of the Proud Boys, is what you're saying this senator did.
Whoever this organized person was, almost like the switchboard person, right? They were communicating. Okay. Like, hey, this me, I'm looking like this, I'm over here in this. I don't want nobody to try to hurt me. So y'all tell me where I need to go so I can get out this building.
So what's that's telling me is that they have a relationship. If they were communicating,
100.
This guy has particular relation, the senator's relationship with this particular group. See, you
Yeah.
see how dirty politics
Oh,
is,
big
man.
time. Oh man,
Wow.
it's dirtier than a dirty baby diaper. After then had too many grapes. Now, ma'am, I got one more thought for you. They also now see, because everybody want to sell books now. So one of the top security guys, his name is Esper. He was in the Justice Department at the time Trump was there. Now he writes in his book that y'all remember when they did the tear gas to the protesters, Black Lives Matter protesters at the
Right.
White House.
Yeah.
So that was the least of what they got Trump to agree to. He actually said this statement, and it was confirmed by about 2 or 3 military generals that Trump said, "Can't we just shoot him? Like just shoot him in the leg or something?" But and they had
that's
to
what
talk
Trump
to each other.
said.
That's what Trump said, bro. Like he wanted to shoot these jokers.
I think Trump probably said a whole lot worse. He
for sure.
may not have announced it. If for Trump to say shoot him in the leg is kind, probably of Trump, because he is just absolute garbage. So I just wish him and his pre-diabetes having behind would just go have a seat somewhere. I mean, I can't stand him. I know
I can't either.
Up against him because they're so worried that he may pop up again. In 2024. I know what it's all about, and they're just starting up now. But he likes this kind of power and this talk about him and this rhetoric. So I don't know. It just incites. There's like a bat signal, that look like a silhouette of a pack of Marlboro cigarettes or something that they all and, where everybody helps each other. I just wish they would just go away.
Right. Well, black ain't on it. Nothing I'm cheating. So that's politics. I had a couple more things, but we'll get to it later. It ain't no big issue. But y'all, it's a lot going on in politics. So y'all just keep watching out, right? Y'all keep Ukraine on your mind too, because
right.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see something? Did you see what they said about your boy Vladimir Putin? They say supposedly he got 2 love childs by a gymnast.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. I hope it just ain't
Devin, I need you to dig in this business, Devin. We just dig in this business. Come back with something. Okay.
He's gonna flip that thing on you.
And then
right.
Okay.
Then we'll get his business. Yeah, don't get his business now. Yeah, right. So that's interesting. All right, man. What we got next? Bye, Brittany. And ain't nobody said hey to us in here. Where y'all at? Everybody, y'all
right?
Come on and say
play the
hello
9
to us.
Don't make me jump in the
play the 9 o'clock.
What? That's right. Yeah,
I know that's right.
They should.
Right. I know that's right.
So listen, a week ago, one of the guys. I mean, it's quite a few people over here in Russia that's like, I guess POW or just whatever, but they incarcerated in Russia. And so one of the other, he's from Texas, but he was. I can't think of his name. Yeah,
Trevor Reed.
There you go. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Trevor Reed. He got released Wednesday, and this created an uproar for the people. It was another white guy that's over there. He's been there since 2018.
He was released too. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Yeah.
He got released?
He got released too. Yeah, 2 of them. Trevor Reed and another. Yeah, exactly.
The other guy.
I think he got released this weekend, I believe.
Okay, I hadn't seen any reports about that. But so now Brittany Griner, Baylor, Waco, Baylor University, alumni, WNBA star, Brittany Griner. She caught up in Russia, man. And now people are, again, I know what they're gonna say. Same old. Y'all keep just fussing about what y'all ain't got. Okay. Well, I mean, you got to see the validity in this moment, y'all. What are you offering them for him and the other cat that you're not offering for her? Exactly. I don't know, but she's still there. Her wife called and congratulated Trevor Reed's family, and I know, she's probably doing it so that can, bring attention to her situation. So I got it, but Brittany's still there. She's there for some weed. She had some liquid weed or something.
She had some vapes. Yeah, she had some
Mhm.
vapes. Something minor.
Yep.
You know, she got a hearing on the 19th. But again, I was Brother Black. We miss you, brother, but enjoy. Like he say, we already know who's the most
Yep.
precious
Highest
commodity to this
commodity.
country.
It
And you
is.
know, and then it was white men this time. So
Yeah.
the thing is, the WNBA has been they've been a really hush hush because they didn't want to speak on it because you just don't never know what the Russian government is going to do, especially Vladimir Putin. So they
Mhm.
was really telling a lot of the players and them not to speak
Keep your
on
mouth
Brittany
shut.
Griner.
That's crazy.
Just be quiet so we can work behind the scenes.
That's
So it's
crazy.
amazing to me that they were able to release this Trevor Reed and this other guy that's been over there a lot longer. They was able to get them released just like that, but you can't talk about Brittany. I mean,
Yeah.
what's the deal? You know,
ma'am, she gonna get out this year?
I would like to know what it actually took to get the people out who did get out. What
Now,
was
Reed,
what was off? No, I'm saying, what did they offer, or what was negotiated as far as releasing the other people? Was it a political favor? Was it money? Money was like what was it?
now for Trevor Reed, I know it was a trade-off. It was
right? It
one
was
Russian
right.
spy or somebody.
Mhm.
He was doing he was selling drugs, something that Russia really wanted him back, and so it was some type of trade for the
Yeah,
prisoner we had versus him. Now I don't know
right.
about the other cat because I didn't even know he got released. But
Yeah,
again, this is classism, right? There's a whole different world of people of power that were just pawns on a chessboard.
I mean, but I was kind of almost hoping it was more monetary, although I don't know if anyone wants to get caught giving any kind of funds to Russia.
And the
But
ruble ain't worth nothing now.
I mean, but this whole Black Lives Matter movement earned a whole lot of money to do things in excess of buying mansions, et cetera, et cetera.
Uh-oh.
I don't know why
good
people
point.
that inherited all those funds can't come together and use that to get that sister out. You know, it just proved to me of what it really was. And I'm gonna need, if anybody say anything about Black Lives Matter this year, for y'all to give it to God and let go.
He gonna work it out.
Yeah. That's a good point. You're right, because Black Lives Matters. I'm sure they got the funds. I mean, okay,
Millions they earned, millions.
if Black lives really matter, where you at when we need you to speak up? You buying all these homes and
We
all
don't
that,
hear about it now.
whatever. Yeah. You quiet now. So
Wow, that's good stuff. Well, that's the perspective of the lady. So I'm all I'm doing is commentating on the news, and we just we just go from there. So, Brittany,
yeah, they say Brittany's in. I mean, they say she's in pretty good spirits, and they've been taking care of her now. You know, that's the stuff they'll tell us. We really don't know until we get to see her and hear from her. But according to reports, that she's doing okay. So we'll see.
Yep. Good stuff. All right, man. What we got next? Wow. Crowded libraries. Have you ever seen a crowded library?
I don't believe it.
No. What live, man? Please.
Well, all I can do is commentate on the news. So, Fort Worth Star Telegram reports that juveniles are sleeping in the library in the Tarrant County Detention Center because it's overcapacitated. Capacitated. That's not overcapacity. Capacitated mean like it's gone. Right. Yeah. So it's overcapacity, right? And so that's crazy in itself. So overcrowding at Tarrant County Juvenile Detention Center has created an unhealthy and unsafe environment for youth and staff members over the last few months, according to the county's chief probation officer. Benny Medine, I guess, spoke to the County Juvenile Detention Board last week. He made recommendations, though the reasons for the overcrowding and how to resolve it seemed to divide a few of the board judges. So in the meantime, the overcrowding has forced some juveniles to sleep on cots in the facility's library and on other common spaces. Wow. That's crazy. Like, we got that many kids getting in. Well, I know it is true, but
I mean that speaks on the juvenile crimes that we have, man. That's steadily going up. This not even really about the library. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you told me that, I was like, what? But now that you read the story, this ain't really about the overcrowded libraries. It's about juvenile crime. It's the problem.
That's right.
And how can we combat it and how can we fix it?
That's right.
That's the issue.
That's right.
Far as what Tarrant County can do, I don't know. I mean, what type of crimes are these juveniles doing? And let's be honest, sometimes juveniles just do little petty crimes that really doesn't deserve a lot of. I mean, obviously they need to be punished, but it's just some things that, as a juvenile, you just do stupid stuff. Right. Now, I just want to know what type of crimes are they holding these juveniles for? I mean, what's the range? I don't.
Man, listen, it sure ain't for they stealing lawnmowers to cut grass.
Right. No, it ain't that. Yeah, you got that right.
Well, watch this, ma'am. I got this for you. It says now that there is no state regulation for juvenile to security guard ratio, but they currently have 12 vacant positions open, including supervision, security, and other support staff. And the current staff have been working overtime to fill as many gaps as possible, but they getting burnt out, y'all. Says the average daily population rate has grown consistently since 2015, with a single drop from 2018 to 2019, according to the county data. The average population is 118 in a center with the capacity to hold 120. That is a recipe for disaster.
They claim sometimes that they don't have funding for these facilities, because I know where I grew up, they had a juvenile detention center, and it got shut down after a while, and everybody kind of got shipped to like other locations, but no one wanted to work there because they didn't pay anything. Because even me as a nurse, I went there to talk to somebody for an interview, and they were trying to pay me pennies and wanted me to start that same day.
Right.
And the amount of stuff they wanted me to do for these to deal with these kids that were doing like crazy stuff. The day I was there, for instance, one little boy stuck a pencil in his penis.
What? My goodness. I'm gonna choke them on spit.
He was attention seeking. He stuck a pencil in his penis, and what it was is when it was removed, I was gonna have to decide if he went to the doctor or if I could just, try to stop it and bleed, like foolishness, right? Now, I think that's worth a lot of money than even a nurse at a hospital, because not only are you dealing with that kind of stuff, but you're dealing with being at risk, because some of these kids have no respect for adults. So you got to also hope they don't swing on you while you're trying to actually care for them and take. And I just, and if I'm lucky, I can get a guard. That's what they said, or two. But sometimes the staff is short and, things of that nature. I just think we put our funding in this government in like all the wrong places. And I don't think there's any rehabilitation involved, because while they're in their library, they could be reading books and finishing getting their GEDs and stuff like that. But I bet that's not what they're doing, because they don't care as far as these kids actually being rehabilitated and put back out in society. They just know it's going to be a cycle, and they'll end up in the big boy jail or the big girl jail, opposed to sending them back out in the community with diplomas and possible degrees.
Yikes. It really brings a whole new meaning to the word "he got wood."
Yeah, that was bad. That was God's way of telling me, girl, get out of here.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it, kid. It was just too good.
You didn't have to go there.
They were so nonchalant about it. They was like, oh, he do stuff like that all the time. I'm like, what?
What? Okay.
Wow.
Right. All right. I'm sorry. I just couldn't pass. That was man. But couldn't pass that one up. Okay. Well, thank you for that experience, man. Just giving us a personal story. But y'all, listen. Tell your kids to do right. Because they ain't got no room for them. Next thing y'all gonna be standing in the restrooms, and y'all know what happened in the restroom. Just all right. Ain't nobody watching y'all, and they doing it on camera. Okay, well, just all right. So you kids, y'all just be careful out there, man. Y'all stay out these folks' way, because overcrowded juvenile detention centers, overcrowded jails. Right. I mean, I can only imagine what the ratio. I mean, the percentages are of the minority. So I guess what
y'all
it
can
is.
only imagine. Exactly.
Yep. Yeah. So, all right, y'all. Let's start parenting these kids, man. Okay, man. What we got next? Oh, That is, sir.
Oh, it's sports time. It's sports time.
Yes, sir.
What's
that
going
score
on?
like?
That score is, we looking at the Miami Heat 80, the Philadelphia 76ers 72. Look like they about to start the fourth quarter here in a minute. And this is the semifinals of the playoffs. So it's down to the last 8 teams. The Dallas Mavericks will be following this game first against the Phoenix Suns. So we're going to see what them Dallas Mavericks going to do, because we know them Cowboys ain't going to do nothing. I had to go ahead and throw a dig at you. We know they ain't gonna do nothing. Jerry Jones is trying to figure out if he the daddy or not. He's still trying to figure that out.
He don't count. Just sitting up there.
Right. So let's talk about ESPN. Let's talk about, I don't know if you my family, y'all familiar with Sage Steele. Are y'all familiar with ESPN anchor Sage Steele, the sister with the curly hair? Well, a couple of months ago, she was in the news. She made some very disparaging comments about basically former President Obama, basically saying he's not really black because he wasn't raised by his daddy. His daddy wasn't there, and some other disparaging comments. Well, SportsCenter anchor Sage Steele now is suing ESPN, claims the network violated her free speech. And the comments in question came last September. Among other things, Sage Steele called ESPN's vaccine mandate sick, said female reporters dressed a certain way that they shouldn't, and they should share the blame when athletes make inappropriate comments about them, and questioned former President Barack Obama identifying himself as black, considering his black dad, and this is what she said, was nowhere to be found, but his white mom and grandma raised him. That is what Sage Steele said a couple of months ago. She was suspended for 2 weeks. They brought her back. She's still there, but she's suing the company she's still working for. Is that kind of weird to you guys, or maybe it's just me? I ain't never heard of nothing like that. I ain't never heard of you suing a company that you're still working for. But I just want to know your question. I want to ask you guys, Devin, what do you think about this situation, suing the company that you still work for?
It's the audacity for me. I don't know how you can, even if they're not allowed or technically not legally allowed to fire you, they're going to think of any and every reason to let you go or make life so difficult for you that you got to go. Because now I got to give you your paycheck. On top of that, possibly a lawsuit, and I'm paying lawyers to fight against you. I just think it's the audacity of it all. No normal person would do that. And I'm gonna need people to stop believing that freedom of speech is free. Yes, you are free to say anything you want to say, but there are consequences for you saying what you want to say. And that's how I know the difference of people who were raised in certain households and people who were raised in black households. Because in my household, just saying what I want to get me hit in the mouth. And I'm not even so we learned early on that freedom of speech is not free. There might be a consequence or two thrown in there for you. So I just don't know why she would think she's just trying to attract, I think, attention from a different era of people who are real big on this censorship, stupid crap. And I just wish they would find a reason to just let her go. Somehow she's got to be violating civil rights. There's something in that book, that employee handbook, that she's violating. For them to think of a reason to let her go, if not hire and fire at wheels. There's something they can use.
Brother Brent, what you think about Mrs. Steele with her curly hair?
Listen, Steele, maybe aluminum foil. But I will say this, freedom ain't never been free. So that's the biggest hypocrisy to that statement. But I'll say this, Brian Flores did the same thing. I get it. Like controversy is never cute. And I think I have more respect for her because so many people don't stand up because of the fact that they can lose their job, or because they can be, what's the term they use in the workforce? Retaliated on, right? And again, they put HR there, but HR is in the same building as the CEO and all of them, so they still, It don't work like that.
Mm.
So I respect it because what's the alternative? Just sit there and take it. And that's what majority of the employees do there. You know, I hear even when guys talk about other guys standing up. Yeah, well, man, nah, man, I got a family to feed. No, I get that. I don't knock nobody for doing that, but I'm sure not gonna knock nobody for trying to stand up for what she believe in. She just better know, you know. Hope you got a lot. I hope you saved up them checks because, like Devin said, they're gonna make it hard on you. And they're gonna make you want to leave, and so. But you know, I respect it.
I'm hypocritical of Sage just because of her history. You know, her and Jamel Hill, they went back and forth. You know, Jamel's
ESPN
my
don't do well
girl.
with black girls at all because
They don't do. Yeah.
what was the other one that NBA?
Yeah, Marcia Taylor. That just
Yeah.
the thing between her and they got rid of the comments that she made about they just was hiring black women because of they didn't have a good racial record, so to speak.
Rachel Nichols.
Rachel Nichols, yeah. But Sage still is a big hypocrite. I mean, how you gonna question somebody blackness? Your daddy black and your mama white. So what that mean? What that mean? Because his daddy wasn't there. What that mean? So come on now. That ain't had nothing to do with anything you were talking about. And then the vaccine mandate, I get it. I'm with you. I respect anybody that stand up for their beliefs and all that. But don't be a hypocrite and then you start throwing shade at black women. You throwing shade at women. What you mean? Just you trying to say women dressing like hoochies? And that's because, that's the reason why they get hit on. Come on, Sage, still stop. And you ain't that great of a anchor anyway. I don't watch you anyway. So,
right.
But anyway, anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I just thought it was interesting that ESPN is still paying her and being sued by her at the same time. So that was just kind of weird. So
listen,
so we'll see how it work out. We'll see how it work out. I'll keep you guys posted. So
yes, sir.
That's been my sports segment for this Monday. Back to you, Brent.
Thank you, sir. Listen, it's just a drop in the bucket for her paycheck. They already wrote it off, so they got more money than she got time. I know that much.
Right, that's true too.
Matter of fact, they're gonna probably hit it with that. Well, we already used your PTO.
Right.
Yeah, there's a clause in there when you bite the hand that feeds you, you start automatically using your PTO. So hopefully Sage well, good luck, sister. All right, man. What we got next? Ladies and gentlemen, do either one of you know what the word fictosexual is?
Fictosexual.
Y'all want to take a guess?
I have no idea what a fictosexual is.
It's gonna be so simple when I tell you, because I didn't know what it is either, but apparently it's something. This world is so deep. All right, so fictosexuality is an umbrella term for anyone who experiences sexual attraction towards a fictional character.
Oh, where's Brother Black when we need him? God, dog. Oh, where's Brother Black when we need him?
I know that's right.
Oh man, listen, I picked this out just for him, but it's all good. So it's typically where people, I guess games and cartoons are looking real now, so I can see how some warped individual can find attraction in that. But apparently they take it to the next level here in Japan. Apparently there's a Japanese man who actually married a hologram pop singer. And they've been married for 4 years now. And he's frustrated because now he can't communicate with her. But he still loves.
Boy, he wouldn't know what to do if he had a real one. If he had a real one.
I don't know. So according to the newspaper, this man is 38 years old, and he said he hit a technical roadblock after the company that provides the artificial intelligence and the hologram to communicate with her was no longer providing the service. Yeah, I can't make this stuff up. So he's upset at the company. I guess the company no longer exists. Therefore, she don't exist no more. So I don't know if that's irreconcilable differences.
So they were in a long distance relationship.
Right. She been ghosting him.
and she logged off on that day.
I'm telling you, man. Listen, I don't know. She lost connection. You know what I'm saying? She lost. What they call it when you lose. I can't think of the term I'm trying to use, but I guess she no longer fool with him no more.
Did she have a name? Did he name her?
Ahiko Kondo? I don't know. Well, Kondo. Her name Kondo. She would communicate using 3-dimensional hologram of the pop singer projected into a cylinder. Man.
Y'all, I'm missing out. That's all I want to say. See, we always trying to think of ways we can get some money, right? See, we can create a website for these silly people, these crazy people, these fools, right?
Yeah.
These holograms look any way they want. And all I got to do is try not to laugh at them and say, ooh, baby, yeah, I got 5G this week. You know what I'm saying? And I got all my balls. I got this week.
Man.
And we could make millions off these fools.
Man.
Virgins. Y'all know the money we could make.
Man, shout out to Mr. Telephone Man, because that dial up just ain't dialing no more, right?
Oh my goodness.
We don't even need the chat line no more. They
right.
So he been with her for 4 years. Yes, in his mind, he been. Oh, okay. He been with
and
her
he
for
identifies as fictosexual.
Fictosexual.
So, yeah. Okay. And he says he promotes this is a prominent and growing lifestyle, I guess, in his community.
A prominent and growing lifestyle.
That's what they say. I mean, hey, that is the safest sex you could have.
Boy, you got that.
I'm gonna get an OnlyFans and I'm gonna name myself Hologia.
What?
Hologram.
Hey.
And I'm gonna make a killing.
You got an idea. You got an idea there, Devin. You got
all right. Y'all heard it here first. Just post that. Just pop your name in the chat. Honey, they'll come see you real quick. So y'all, I can only comment on the stuff that's being talked about in the news, and so there you have it.
I just can't. I just can't. I mean,
Yeah.
I know dudes be getting lonely, but gee whiz.
Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. So there it is, y'all. That's the word of the day, that you can go talk to your people that fictosexual. All right, you know something that somebody else don't know.
My God.
All right, man. What we got next? I mean, we go from one thing to another. Drop Dead Gorgeous. Apparently, this young lady, her name is Dr. Is it Josie or is it Jose? I don't know, but apparently she is from the Dominican Republic. Well, no, she had surgery in the Dominican Republic. Actually had cosmetic surgery. And but she died. Now, listen, I know you ladies go through a really extreme measure of. So, ma'am, what type of cosmetic surgery would you risk your life for? Or what am I missing here?
Not a one. I'm not getting buried for booty. I don't see the point in that. And if you got to go all the way to Mexico or the Dominican Republic to have cosmetic surgery, there's a good chance you might not make it back to the States. I mean, if you really want a booty or whatever you're trying to get for yourself, first of all, you might want to first go to therapy to figure out why you think you need a booty. And second of all, you need to see some of these board certified people that, can get you on and off the table real quick. You need to save up for it or do whatever you got to do. I don't understand the mindset of these. And do y'all see them walking around here looking like ants? Like they look a hot
mess.
Yeah.
Some of them, a lot of them. Yeah.
I don't know why they're doing this, and they look like fools. Like I I don't get it. It's definitely not worth it. I'm gonna need women who do stuff like this to get off of social media and Instagram and quit trying to compare yourself to other non-natural looking women, because these BBLs and all that is new. But I want to see these heifers in 20 years and 30 years when them cheeks are dropping to their knees, and you know what I'm saying, they look like it's just, I just don't understand why they're doing this.
So her name is Sha'Carri.
Yeah, she's from Minnesota, isn't she?
I don't remember.
I think she's from Minnesota. Yeah, she was from Minnesota.
So her name is Sha'Carri Terry, and this wasn't her first surgery. So she had the gastric bypass, and so I guess she said, "Well, listen, I'm gonna keep going." And one surgery too many. She left a baby. She left a baby. She was a mama, and she was an owner of a daycare. I'm not really sure. Yeah. But
it's
go
sad.
ahead, bro. Yeah.
It's sad, man. You know, when I was reading that, it just, you know, it actually took me. I don't know if you all are familiar with K. Michelle, the singer K. Michelle. I don't know if you heard about her issues that she had with getting all that Brazilian butt lift. And she's just not starting to recover from that. And she's been dealing with that for the last 1.5 to 2 years. And it's just sad that a lot of women feel like the images that they see on online and just, you know, everywhere, that they feel like they're not beautiful unless they get this work done. Now, granted, to each his own. If you do it, you do it. I understand that. I'm not here to say that you shouldn't, but when you start going overseas, the medical expertise is a whole lot different. And obviously it's cheaper, but they ain't trying to, they don't care. They're gonna put the cheapest, whatever the cheapest medicine they got, they're gonna get you in and get you out like you on the assembly line. And it's just sad that some women feel like that they have to have that validation of what beauty is for them, and they don't feel like they're beautiful. Again, I'm not saying it. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But I'm not saying I'm not down on any woman that does that. Do what you do. But that's just an exterior thing. And your health and safety should be first and foremost. And coming out the cheap route. See, that's the thing too. I've always been told, anytime you go the cheap route in anything, you're gonna end up paying more money than you think you're gonna pay anyway. You might as well go on, if you're gonna do it right, regardless of what it is. Go ahead, Deb.
No, I was gonna say, like, there are multiple occasions where women have, if not died, almost died, or been in the hospital and been really botched, you know, physically, you know, due to infections and different things like that, caused by going to these different places and having these surgeries. And then you come back to the States and they don't want to touch it because they don't want to be liable for what is already going on. And so then you really end up losing your life. And I mean, I don't understand it. I mean, some of these women was walking around with like Fix-A-Flat in their booty, and I'm not even exaggerating.
Trying to, that's true. No,
I remember that. Oh my goodness, cement booty.
I don't understand it, because the outcome is usually not good. I don't know if this is because a lot of them are exotic dancers or to gain attention of certain people. I would just like to know the mindset to be able to take that kind of risk. I just don't think the risk outweighs the reward, in my opinion.
Yeah, and listen, she went with a friend, so I guess it was a 50-50 chance that she made it. She was just on the wrong 50, because her friend came back and she was like, she felt all right. Well, I say she felt all right. What's up, man? Good to see you.
Hey, what's up, Aaron?
But you know, you pay for what you get, and that's a true statement. So you know what I'm saying. I know y'all want the insurance ain't gonna cover it, but you just might as well just wait, and if that's the case. So I wish
I was in her mindset, just like you were saying, Brent. She owned a daycare. She had a baby. I just want to wonder, why did she not think about the risk that she was taking? And I don't know what this woman looked like. I don't know what, I mean, regardless of that, but the risk that she decided to go to Dominican Republic to get something done like that, just to save a few coins, and now you lost your life. I don't get it.
Yep. Yep. All right. Well, listen, y'all. It ain't that serious. If he call you ugly, we'll just go find somebody else.
Cause somebody gonna think you beautiful. Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
right.
So, and
And
you
if
ain't got to have a big booty for all us brothers. I mean, we do like
no,
big booties, but they ain't got to be big. They
some
can
people
be
don't. Some people
small.
don't.
But all booties matter. ABM.
Somehow
Hey,
we got to start realizing that we are beautiful, and then start from
right.
Some stuff from there. That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
And don't overdo it now. Listen, don't
Yeah,
overdo
don't
it.
overdo it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're supposed to be real cocky with it. You know what I'm
Is that
saying?
really?
You're
Well,
supposed to
all
be
right.
Lizzo cocky with it. Just over the
Please, let's
top
not do Lizzo.
confident. Just
I ain't touching that. Get out of here. I ain't messing with that. All right,
Please, we're
man. What
not
we
messing
got?
with Lizzo tonight.
What we got next? She bring anyway. I ain't gonna throw nothing. All right. Toxic productivity. So listen. Do you all think you guys are pretty productive? Throughout your day, or do you have a balance, or what? What do you consider productive? A productive day, should I ask? What would you consider a productive day, Devin?
when I get everything, when I wake up in the morning, I get everything that was on my list done.
Wow. Do you got a lot on your list every day?
Yeah, and I get about 40% of it done.
There you go. All right. Yeah. And what do you feel about the other 60?
I give it to God, you know.
No.
Already. That's what's up.
I'm all right.
Yeah. What about you,
Right.
sir? What's a productive day for you?
I'm like Devin. I mean, whatever's on my list, as long as I get that done, I'm cool. And if I don't get everything on it done,
Yeah.
I ain't stressing over it. You live to see another day. At least you
Yeah.
hope to, give it to God.
Right on. Well, listen, there's an article by the Irish Times. Okay. But it says toxic productivity has become a hazard to our health. It says it very much goes without saying that in 2022, how we work, play, and rest has taken a significant shift compared to life before the pandemic. It says working from home and finding our way back into the office has challenged our work ethic, our definition of success, and how we view productivity. It says, or that, yeah, we have been taught in society that being busy equals success, and we should keep pushing for success even when it doesn't feel good. Uh, Says a programming trainer, Rebecca Lockwood, founder of the Yes. She says often it is misunderstood that being busy also means being productive. It can leave us feeling guilty when we do not feel productive because we are told so much in the mainstream media that this is what we are meant to do. Now, I can speak on that because
I totally agree with that. Mm-hmm.
I used to work with a gentleman who he prided himself on always working. Like he thought it was a badge of honor to only get 2 or 3 hours of sleep a night. Mm-hmm. And I subscribed to that thought process. But you know what that started getting me? I couldn't even drive to the corner store without going to sleep in my car. I said, And it was until I stopped working with that individual and started doing something different that I got more rest. And I figured out that I didn't have a problem, that I could actually drive.
Right.
And not be tired, about to fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people that used to make fun of me, but I never had a wreck in my car. I won't speak for the other person that did have a wreck in my car. But anyway, that's an inside joke. So I for people to love to multitask and to always look like they busy, yeah, y'all, we reading this thing wrong. I mean, what y'all think about all this? Go ahead, Kenny. What you think about this?
I totally agree, Brenton. I think the biggest misconception and the biggest slogan that I hate that people say is "you can rest when you're dead." I think that's the stupidest comment that anybody can ever make about hustling and getting your business on, because your body, we're human. Your body is meant to. You need rest. You cannot function properly without the proper rest. And I was just like you, Brendan. I worked at my job when I was in the television industry for over 20-something years. And I didn't really take a vacation until like my 17th year in working in
Wow.
television news, because I felt like I needed to work.
Yeah.
And in the industry that I was in, that you worked a lot. You was on call. But you got to step away from that. We got to step away from that mentality, because just because you're busy also don't mean you're productive. You can just be doing kind of just pilling around and you ain't being productive. But the thing is, as a humans, we got to rest. You got to enjoy this one life you got, because this is it, Jack.
Yeah, man.
You don't get no do-overs. And if all you want to say is I work 22 hours a day every day, that ain't a badge of honor, man. You missed out on a lot of stuff. You missed out on a lot of stuff. You missed your kids growing up. You missed a whole lot of stuff. For what? And then you probably unhealthy because you're not eating right. You're not taking care of your health. So health is wealth. So yeah, man, toxic productivity. I think we all have been a product and done that.
Yeah, man. You are preaching, Doc, because my wife would ask me, "Do you remember this about the kids?" And I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
I only remember one of my kids being born because she came out breached, and to this day I can never get that foot sticking out of my wife while she's sitting in a wheelchair.
Right.
That's just never gonna leave my brain. But everybody else is a blur.
I get it.
Yeah. I mean, ma'am,
I think a lot of people with type A personalities, they have that go mentality, and employers, like previous employers or even my current, they try to make you feel guilty if you're not willing to work, and they try to make you think that you aren't a top-notch employee if you're not willing to work and help and step in and do overtime and cover. And in my last job, because I was in management, I kind of subscribed to that, where I would make myself take off a week but still allow them to call me and ask and stuff like that. And now I'm just not that person. I usually take off a little bit, usually about once a month. But now at least once every other month, I try my best to get on a plane or sit at the house and do nothing and just rest and relax my brain, because I don't believe in burning out like that. Because you can say you can rest when you die, but I know some people who have literally worked up until they died and they never enjoyed their life. Because their body was just overwhelmed and tired. And I'm not doing it no more, because I know my employer would never be that loyal to me. So why would I do that to anybody?
Right. Right, because they're gonna replace. I mean, you can be dead a week. They're gonna believe me. They're gonna have your job posted after your death, because they're gonna have
a potluck in memory of you and move on with their life.
Right.
They move on next day.
Exactly.
Hey, we got work to do. Let's go. Yeah. So
right.
Okay. Yes, sir.
See, like these moments right here. Interrupted by his,
I'll tell you, man.
If you were working 22 hours a week.
That's right.
A day you couldn't see that.
That's right. Aaron said, I watched my grandfather put in 100+ hours a week for years driving trucks. Wow.
Crazy. Yeah. People who work like that just don't seem happy to me. They always seem stressed and anxious, and they just don't seem happy to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, shout out to the jobs that make you work 40 hours and tell you can't get no overtime. So just budget your money. That's a job in itself. So
there you go. Right.
Yeah. All right, ma'am. Who business you in this week?
Man, I be trying, I'm just sitting there doing my own thing, not bothering nobody. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing I know, Ricky Smiley runs across my timeline and he announces that, Little Women star Miss Juicy Baby was, at that time, she was intubated. She was on a ventilator. And now, as far as I know, she's been taken off of events. And she's still in ICU and she's recovering. And I'm actually getting this report from TMZ. So she has actually become more of a celebrity and downfall, which is kind of sad. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to give homage to her because she's actually from, my little hometown. And she actually taught me how to make strawberry daiquiris when I was like a teenager. I couldn't drink yet, didn't drink. And
Wow.
So she taught me that because she was little and mighty, but she can put back some alcohol back then. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wow.
Don't have far to go down.
College at that time, Nevada College, and that girl.
Really?
So she was like, "Let me show you how to make it without alcohol," and I was like, "Okay."
So you personally know her?
I have, because she, we lived in these apartment complexes that she was living in during college. So
okay,
at that time, I think she was dating my brother, and so that's why I was.
Don't be glossing over that. We know.
No, it ain't a good thing.
She was dating who?
I felt bad. I love my brother. Like, girl, you know better. So I'm not bragging on that. Trust me. But I just wanted to, say I wish her well, and apparently she's recovering well, and. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Shirlene, aka Miss Juicy. You know what I'm saying? But she had lately devoted her life to, like, she was eating better, she was working out, she was, doing a lot of all the right things, and but somehow something caught up with her. This is one of those times where I actually didn't even want to dig into it to like know what happened, because that don't matter to me as much as hoping she'll get better and get back out there, get on live and kind of let us all know what's going on. Are either of you familiar with Miss Juicy?
I know her from the radio show.
Oh yeah, I definitely am. Yeah, I know her from Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Yeah.
And I've seen her. I don't know why you don't want to call your hometown. I've seen her in your hometown before at the hometown high schools, since we ain't talking no name.
Oh, okay. So, you know what? I just not caught that. Brittany, I just not caught that. Because Devin, she kept saying hometown.
The only reason why I said where it is because I don't know if she has ever made it known.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
She done came back. She done came back.
Well, no, she'll come home. But as far as anything I've ever seen her on and heard her doing,
she don't never shout
I've
out.
never heard
she's never mentioned. Okay.
She'll say Texas or the Dallas area. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know she wanted everybody to know she was from Course County, but
okay.
It is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, she come back and do hometown talent shows.
Well, she does the class reunion and different things like that. So I know she's still.
Okay, so she was in your class?
No, she's older than me, like a few years older than me.
Okay, right on.
But I knew of her, of course, from Course County.
Hey, listen, if you know one, you know them all. Huh?
So I just wanted to kind of wish her well and say get better soon, and and hopefully she'll be back on Little Women in Atlanta, so we can see, one of our local celebrities.
That's right. Shout out to the Can. Thank you. Shout out to the Can. They need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to minding my business and sending friends. Shout out to the Can.
Right. That's it. Shoot, I kicked that can a long time ago. I ain't listen. The can anyway. I don't want to start messing. Let me get on. All right. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, family. I want to introduce you guys to a moving series that TFG is about to take part in. It's going to be called Cultural Controversy. And actually, I believe we've actually figured out why Black men really love white women. And so we want to have a conversation about it. All there is honey. Yeah. And so the interesting thing that we want to do with this is we want to shine a light on these perspectives that may help us understand where we come from. You know what I'm saying? Where you have a situation where white women were indoctrinated to be submissive, but the opposite was for the Black woman. She was actually beaten into submission by the slave owners, and unfortunately, what the slave owners saw, the Black men saw that worked. And I'm not saying this as though this is the only way, but this is just one perspective where women, Black women, were always viewed as difficult, and white women were viewed as submissive with ease. Mm-hmm. Well, it comes from the paths of submission, where white women were taught by their grandmothers and their great grandmothers and these religious leaders that they went to church with, that do right by your man and don't cause no trouble, versus they would beat the Black women if they weren't submissive. and all that kind of stuff. And so that's just a thought process. When you hear that statement as far as how one culture submitted versus the other, does that ring a bell, or does that are we just flying by the seat of our pants with this?
I think it's because
I'm gonna let you go.
black men think they're stupid. You can call it submissive. I think it's because a lot of black men think they're stupid and they'll tolerate more, they'll pull up with more, they have more tolerance. I think there's a difference between being stupid and being submissive, because most black women know how to submit and want to submit to a leader in their household. You want to be submissive, but at the same time, in being submissive, don't play with me. Don't play in my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll let you lead the house. I'll let you guide and blah, blah, blah. But what you're not going to do is take advantage of me, take me for granted, make me look like a fool in public and stuff like that. And I think what some people call submissive is what other people call you just dumb and you put up with foolishness.
Right. So have you seen that, not so much in your home, but just growing up, have you seen where women put up, like you said, stupidly with men playing in their face?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I've also seen it with some black women, but the difference between, I think, with them is a lot of the things that go on with them, it stays in their household. You know what I'm saying? So you could have a man with a certain white woman and he could literally be beating her and slapping her and all this other kind of stuff and talking down to her, mistreating her. But out of embarrassment and a loyalty to this man, she may not say nothing. And the black woman may not intentionally take it out of her household, but the neighbors gonna call the police when she start going after him with pots and pans and fighting him and cussing him out and carrying on. You know what I'm saying? I think that's some of the difference. You know what I'm saying? And these new age white women, they aren't as submissive as y'all think.
See, I love it, because I'm telling you,
as much fire as we do.
And I'm gonna tell you what's so funny after we go through this research. Like, it's literally where we saw up front where black women did not appreciate this style of submission that men were trying to get them to adhere to. Well, now, like you said, these Karens and these Me Too movements, this was just the same thought process coming to a head, where they endured more, but they still didn't like it. And so now it's coming to a head, and here you are with Me Too and these Karens that are going off on these men because they still want them to act the way their great grandmama taught them to do, which was, if you want to have a happy home, you just do whatever your husband asks you to do. Well, black women wasn't taught that. They were getting beat. So, and again, I'm not saying, again, it's just perspectives that we're going to see. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to talk about it all. But I just want to start introducing you guys to this docuseries that TFG is going to put on. Brother Kenny, what you got, man? It's going to be good.
Man, this is heavy, bro. I mean, I will say, you know, as a black man, I've never dated a white woman. Never really even, that ain't never been my thing.
I can't wait to talk about this.
But I will say that I do, you know, there's a lot of brothers that I grew up around. They dated white women for that exact reason, because they could tell her anything. They would say, "I'm going to the moon, baby. I'm to the moon." Okay, honey, what you want when you get back? Just that kind of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But now, I don't know if a lot of white women are accepting that.
They've evolved. They've evolved for sure.
I mean, I still think I still think you probably can get away with a little bit more with them, but I'm not speaking from experience, just from stories I've told. I think you can still kind of get over on them a little bit more than black women, but it's definitely a lot to unpack there.
I can't wait to talk about this, y'all.
They don't know the culture of black men, where we can look at you and tell when you lying and if you full of it. I mean, you tell a black woman like me you going to the moon, I'm gonna tell you sit your ass down somewhere. You go get you a spacesuit. And I mean, you don't sit your ass down somewhere.
I can't wait to start talking about this. This is so great. Cultural controversy. Here we go. Look at some experience here. Man, listen, I want every experienced man and woman that want to speak on this thing. Let's talk about it. So we're gonna get started.
So Devin, you saying if I told you I was going to Jupiter, what you ain't believe me? If I said hey Devin, I'll be back, babe. I'm going to Jupiter.
I'll be like, well, I'm gonna check it on the navigation system. If you go east or west and not north, me and you gonna have a problem. I'm gonna need you to be off the meter in 30 seconds.
Oh, going to the corner.
I didn't watch that basketball game like you said. Quit playing with me.
He going to the corner of Jupiter and Miller Street. That's where he going. Yeah.
Right. See that. See, there you go. All right.
I'm just saying. So y'all get ready to look about this. This is gonna be fantastic, and I'm excited about it. Y'all, this has been a great show. Minus Lee. Shout out to holler at you for a second. We'll try. I ain't gonna ask him to double up, but he'll gonna come with something real good next week. So we'll see. Man. Enjoyed you guys today, like always. Fantastic show. Yeah. Interesting, at least to say the least. Some of the topics we had, but nonetheless, we got through it. All right, so it's final thoughts time, Brother Kenny. What you got for me, brother?
Man, as always, it's pleasure coming into the house with my family. I want to say this about the toxic productivity, man. That really, I really listen to that. And take stock on your living, because again, like I said earlier, this is not a rehearsal. You only get one of these lives to live, and I don't want to see any of my people feeling like they got to work themselves to the bone to enjoy life. You know what I mean? So it's okay to be busy. It's okay to be productive, but it's also take some time out to recharge your batteries, enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, or whatever it is, man. Don't just live to work. Don't just live to work. That's my final thoughts.
Thank you, sir, very much, ma'am.
Man, I want to kind of piggyback off the being buried for a booty, ladies.
Okay.
You are in control of however you want to look. And I say, if you want to change something about yourself, that's fine. First thing I just want you to ask yourself is why you want to change this about yourself. And if it has anything to do with anybody or any thoughts other than your own, I'm going to need you to not do it. And second of all, I'm going to need you to do a lot of research as far as what you're doing, where, and how. And if you don't have the money for it, then you just don't have the money for it. And not everybody needs to be looking like how Kim Kardashian used to look, because she don't even look like she used to, because she has the money and the means to undo things and to get the high quality things done. And when it's no longer as popular, because ant booties aren't as popular as they used to be. You know what I'm saying? You may not be able to go back and undo that quickly. So you just need to reevaluate why you want to look that way. And also be focusing on your health on top of that.
Yep. All right. Thank you so much for that. Taylor, put everybody to the side. And while you do that, I have a question for you guys. What's the stupidest thing that you ever done that you actually recovered from, if you can share that?
Oh, man, I'm not getting ready to put my business out here on TFG tonight.
All right. Well, I'll take the same answer from you, man. But I've done some pretty dumb things in my life.
I have, yes.
Yeah. I would say one that I can share. I was driving down 35 West, coming home from Denton, Texas, and I was dog tired. And I said, it's a straight shot. There's no curves, no nothing. And I said, I bet I can just hold the steering wheel here and just go to sleep. As long as I keep my hands here, I can make it. And I'll wait. Again, that was so stupid of me. So I tried it. And I said, look, I can keep my hands on the steering wheel. And y'all, I went to sleep. and I woke up and I was driving in the ditch.
I ran a police officer because my insurance wasn't valid, but I made it back home before he got me.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I hear you.
Like, okay. I don't live there no more.
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna just tell y'all, it don't work. Your hands don't stay on the steering wheel. You're gonna be in the ditch. Just understand it. And I was in my mama's car, but I was anyway. Yeah, so that's what it was. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life. And I want to let you guys know something after this.
Wow.
You guys okay? I'm not fucking kidding, dude. Okay, dude, what's wrong?
And these the white boys y'all want, right?
Hell no. Their tailbone is up in their stomach right now.
Whoa, listen, I just want to tell y'all something. If ever you find yourself doing something stupid or you make a stupid decision, you can always count that there will always be a stupid reward or consequence to follow. I promise you.
Yeah.
And that young man gonna need somebody's cushions. And listen, I don't know what broke, but listen, that yell.
You forgot the part where he said, "Hold my beer."
I also forgot the part where this fool talking about y'all all right. Do they sound like that? Right,
He's talking about y'all, right? Come on, bro.
Idiot.
And you recorded this, and you asking if they all right,
man, bro. I'm telling y'all, those are the boys that y'all want to lead the brothers for, but y'all can have them. Go on, sisters. It's all good. Anyway, I'm just messing around. Don't listen. Y'all start making dumb decisions, especially stupid stuff like that, because it don't work out well for you. So, but anyway, y'all, that's Kenny, funny. And that's Devin, and Black is gone, and we are too. We'll see you on Monday.
All right, peace.